Hi, I'm Andy from Ashridge Nurseries. It's early spring. It's a sort of sunny, cloudy day, but it's a lovely day. I'm going to tackle this very large brown turkey fig tree. We've got fruit on that would come for this year, but it's all got a little bit out of hand, so it's going to need quite a strong and hard cut back. It's not going to be a quick job, and there's going to be some big cuts. I've got a pruning saw and some loppers and my secateurs, and I'll start by losing all this wispy stuff, and then we'll get rid of some of the crossing branches, and then we'll probably reduce the height because it's way too high as well for this space. So it's going to be a fairly half an hour job really, so I'm just going to crack on and we'll see what happens. You can see at the bottom here we've had a lot of sort of pruning and pruning back, which obviously encourages new shoots. We don't really want any of this, so I'm going to just quickly come through here and snip all this out. Not sure how my secateurs are going to take to some of this thick wood. Oh, they're nice and sharp, so that was easy enough. So I'm just going to work through here very quickly and tidy it up. You see, again, some of the old cuts were done a bit longer than I'd like, so we'll just tidy. When the wood gets too thick, I'll get my loppers out. Again, if you keep your cutting tools nice and sharp, you'll find this an easier job. Let's see what's left. So I've left this one because I think we're going to leave that for a future stem. I've got this stem comes up and then across and away, so he has to go, and will be a difficult extract because it's quite congested in here. And that actually, you can see that had actually rooted down there, so again, not ideal for the foundation of the wall. So that's our very first cut, and it was fairly obvious it needed to go. And now you can see I've got one coming up and across, so that also needs to go, and that should theoretically just pull out. So I've got, this is a really awkward cane. It's debatable how much I can get to that, but I should be able to get to it with my saw. Pruning saws are very dangerous tools. If you get that across your skin, it will really open you up. So let's just make sure I'm going to cut the right one. That can go first because that'll give me some access, and that's right in there as well. And we'll actually come out that way. And this is why a pruning saw is such a useful tool, because even though that's so congested in there, I can get in. There you go. That comes out of there nicely, and immediately that opens the centre of the plant up. When I'm done with that, I like to put it away. I just got to decide where I want to go next. It's pretty unpleasant. So the first part of this is literally just losing that congestion and opening the plant up nicely. We have this very awkward stumpy bit here, but it has nice new growth up the centre, so I'm just going to tidy that and then remove these. That can go. Now I'm just making sort of very limited decisions about, do I like a branch or don't I? This one here that crosses completely, I'm actually going to remove it all again from right down the base. My pruning saw should just slip into that gap nicely. And there we go. I'm going to just face up some of these now, so we stop this growth coming forwards. If we look at this side as well now, you can see that the centre's coming quite nice, it's less congested, but we've got a bit of madness going on over here. I've just got to have a look and see what I think wants to go. And there is dead in here as well. That needs to go. And that's coming off of there, so we can lose that. Luckily, figs are very, very soft wood, so they're always an easy prune. And now I'm going to look at just reducing this side down. Again, we have leaf nodes all the way up, or branching nodes. Sort of want to maintain this shape. So what I've got to do is, it might not be the perfect height for me, but I find one that goes in the direction I want it. This one is good here. So I'm just going to cut above that, and that'll shoot away from here now. Got a good one there just on the back. And you can see that it's starting to come together slowly. So I'm doing quite a hard prune here, and already on this side now we've got to reduce that. And again, I'm probably going to reduce it to this bud here. And I just want to watch that falling on my head. And you can see now we're just starting to get some proper shape into this. Again, I'm going to come to a backwards bud. And we'll just tip you out to go that way. It might seem brutal, but actually this plant will really appreciate this. One of the things I don't want to do, because this is not a tiny branch here, I don't want to make a cut through here, then this just falls off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undercut, and then I'm going to do a top cut, and that means is I can just snap that off clean. So because I've now broken that off, I don't want to leave that. So you can see here is the natural collar of the plant, and you can see that it's a lovely point, that's where it grows from. So ideally I want to get my cut across that. There you go, and that's finished that beautifully. So this one coming forward is going to give us trouble next year. So that can go as well. And now we can see that this is really interrupting as well. So that's going to have to go. This I'm going to tuck behind, because ultimately that's fine. And we'll start reducing, and then when I've reduced we can review again. So here we have again a nice outward bud. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping a nice shape as well, so my heights are even. Oh, a lovely bud there to cut to. We have a lovely backward growth there. This curving line and then up to the top. Because we've got this nice growth here, I'm actually going to take it here. And just gently at the end so I don't create any tearing. We still have this big crossover in the centre, which is becoming more and more offensive to me as we go. So that comes right from the front, winds up all the way through. So it is unfortunately time for that to go. Right, so I've got two low ones. This very low one is clearly going to have to go, and so's this edge from here. When you're really close to a plant, it's very hard to miss what needs to be done. So it really helps to step back fairly regularly and have a good look. If we look in here, this branch here has actually grafted itself on, and also behind it's grafted. So as it's come out, it's grafted onto there and it's grafted onto there, which means I'm going to have to cut off this side. It's clearly been there a long time. We are now again just going to step back and have a look. You can just see quickly here though, because that was old wood, it didn't make the greatest of cuts, but I'm fairly confident that will heal. We've got a lot of nice new wood, so we've left plenty of new growth in there to come on for us next year. It's flexible enough for me to just be able to tuck it behind that wire, which will invariably help as well. Come back in 12 months.